it's our job, Doc, to get everyone excited for Madden 25. Whether you play on the PlayStation 4 or you play on the PlayStation 3, you're here to talk about ratings and positions and where these guys are ranked. And then in a few weeks, a few months, whatever EA decides, because they have wacky schedules. They kind of do things their own way and when they want. So, but whenever they come up with the actual ratings, then me and Stocks will probably look like fools and be totally wrong. But we're going to play a little debate game, a little rating game, and see if what we think matches up with what EA thinks in probably a month or so with the actual ratings. So, are you ready to make a fool of yourself, Stocks? Because that's probably what we're going to do.
I don't know about much looking like a fool.
You think you'll be all right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be all right because we've been around the block. I think if we were gonna make the game, this is the way we would have done it.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much know the players. We've played Madden up till now, and so
So,
we should be within a couple points.
so before we break it down, um, now this is always an interesting discussion between the Madden community and our league. We've had the same discussion as well. How much does overall rating really mean? Because we see sometimes the really good players play okay, and then you get a guy that's well rated, but have the stats in the right places, the ratings in the right places, and you're able to make up for that. So, do you think in a new game the ratings will mean more or less, or just about the same, or like how does that all work out?
Yeah, well, as we saw this year's Madden, I think overall to the back seat, we don't know what exactly is going to happen to Madden 25. In a perfect world, you would have the 99 standard out, but it's not always that case. And until then, it, it's probably going to stay the way it is because nothing's made a change. Something's got to make it change, and I don't know what will.
I mean, we'll see. I always think there's going to be players who play better than the ratings, and then there's going to be guys who don't play as good as their ratings. For example, I think now Marshawn Lynch is rated pretty good in this game, but I don't think he plays to his rating. I think he's a high 80s, but sometimes it just doesn't seem like he's got speed. He doesn't break out tackles like. And then there's other guys. Charles, for example, from Kansas City, he seems too fast. He seems too agile to me. He doesn't get injured enough. There's going to be times like that. But I think the ratings will get better. And I think with the new game, we're going to see a more realistic game of football, hopefully. So let's get into the ratings. If we were going to break it down, we're EA in this situation, guys. So we're going to get right to it. Doc, do you want to go first?
Sure, my starting at number 10, we're going to go quarterbacks, right? We'll do
Yep.
quarterbacks. At number 10, I got Andrew Luck, rated at, this is my projection, 89. At number 9, we have RG3, also rated at 89. At number 8, Matt Stafford, rated at 90 overall. Number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, rated at 90 overall. And number 6, Eli Manning at 91.
Eli Manning at 91. I'm okay with that. I expect to be a little bit higher. Now, what's your argument for Stafford? Because there's people out there. I want to say as unbiased as possible. There's people out there who just think he's a stat horror, if you will. He's a guy who's going to put up numbers because of Megatron, because of the offense, but he's not that good.
As for Stafford, I used him,
Mm-hmm.
at online in our team match plays we've been playing,
Mm-hmm.
and using him out of the pistol, there's a lot of throws he can make, and the throws that he doesn't make, he's just off. And so with that 90 is going to be huge because if he makes those throws, he'll be really good. And I think he could bump that 90 up to 91, 92 if he makes those throws. He just doesn't make all the throws. And the, I know
Mm-hmm.
your whole aspect is, you know,
I,
injury, and it hasn't come up. I think we need to knock it off now.
yeah,
Not
please.
an injury because it's not happening.
Yeah, I think when the game first released, they gave him like a 73 injury rating or something ridiculous. And then they updated the rankings after the preseason. and gave him like a 77, which we can live with. This 73 initially was horrible. I mean, like, that, I don't know, that was, but we won't get into the injuries and we can debate that another time. But I was just wondering what you thought of Stafford in terms of a Madden quarterback, if he belongs in there, where he belongs, like, and basically the stats, you do the numbers. Do you think the numbers are basically all that EA looks at when they do the rating? Or do they look at potential? Do they look at team fit? How do you think they do it?
I think they look at overall, projections and stats. Yeah, I think they do that a little bit of both.
I like Andy Luck. I like that pick a lot. That you know, giving him some love. Do you think he could go higher than that, or do you think his hype or his excitement or his expectations are so high that he's only going to go down in his play? Because right now he's a hot quarterback name.
No, I think overall his weapons are lacking a little bit, and that I think if he gets enough like tight end or maybe even a little bit better slot wide receiver, numbers could bump up. Um, he's gonna get his stats from Megatron, you know that, but he just needs one more piece, I think, and until then, that 90 that I project or even EA will project probably will stay there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll go down. I really don't think he'll go down.
Yeah.
Like you said, you guys are going to be playing, high octane offense. So
Yeah. So I mean,
you have to score, and so he's going to be in that echelon of high tiered quarterback because he's going to have to put up the points.
okay. Let me give it to my first six. Right, we're doing the first six, and then
Yeah, start at 10 and go to 6.
okay. I've really thought about this, and I'm not putting Tony Romo anywhere close to my number one. So sorry if I spoil anything there, but it's not happening. Sorry, Cowboys fans. But my number 10 quarterback is RG3 with an 88 overall. And the reason I say 88 is because his injury rating has to be low to me. And I think that's going to affect the overall a little bit. He, in terms of speed, in terms of arm throw, or arm strength and throw power and everything like that, he's gonna be a better version of Michael Vick because he's got a little bit of accuracy, but he's also got to have that injury rating. He's got that awareness. But I think he has horrible awareness sometimes. His play recognition is sometimes off. But I think an 88 is fair for RG3. Going to my number 9 quarterback, I have to agree again. Now different order, but Andrew Luck has got to be right there with RG3. I rank the two guys like 1 and 2, 1A, 1B kind of thing.
Yeah.
Again, Luck is at 88. The only problem with Luck is he just throws a little too many interceptions last season, so maybe his decision making or he doesn't have. I remember in the game they had it like a swagger rating or something. It was supposed to be more about composure, so maybe that's a little bit low. But in terms of leadership, I think he changed the Colts, so he deserves the 89 or 88 just because he changed the culture of the Colts. He gave him a identity and a true franchise quarterback. Now number 8, I gotta go Eli Manning, and you put him higher. I'm not a big Eli guy. I don't know what it is. I just think Tom Coughlin puts him in good positions to win, and he's definitely more than a game manager. So I understand the accuracy being up higher. I understand all that, but the emergence of Cruz and having a big receiver in mix, and I just think they gave him more weapons than he's actually talented. Like he's talented, but his weapons exceed, or they allow him to be more talented than I think he actually is as a quarterback. If you put him on a team, now Jacksonville wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to any quarterback. But if you put him on a subpar team, the Cowboys, I don't think he would elevate them to a playoff team necessarily. So he's, I would say a again, I have trouble with the 90s. I only put a few quarterbacks in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to put my guy Stafford, the next quarterback, my number 7 quarterback in the 90s. I'm going to say 89 because, again, sometimes his throws are off. Um, He has a good escapability, but sometimes his throws are completely off. His timing seems to be a bit off now. He should probably have one of the best throw powers in the game. I mean, he can throw it. His accuracy seems a little bit. If you want to give him a little bit of bump for the injuries, I understand. High 80s. I'm okay with that. Just no low 70s. I mean, we gotta get over that. Again, going back to like the Andrew Luck factor, he throws a lot of interceptions too, but he has that potential to be elite or great or there's a mystique about him that I think Matt needs to recognize. And 89, so just slightly above. And that's my number 7. And rounding it off, I gotta give it to Matt Ryan here. And give him the first 90 I'm gonna give out. He doesn't have elite arm strength, but his accuracy, I think he might be one of the best. I think he might be one of the top 2 or 3 most accurate quarterbacks in Madden next year. What do you think about that?
I agree. You'll find out in a few minutes.
All right, so go back to stocks. Number go through 5 through 1, right? So
Yeah, we'll go 5 through
now.
1.
These are the money makers.
Yeah, these are the bread makers right there. We're gonna go right into it with Matt Ryan as number 5. So as you can see, as we're going through these players, we're pretty damn close, and we really are.
Yeah.
I got Ryan. This is where I got Ryan to the elite level at a 92 overall.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it could be the product of his wide receivers and his Pro Bowl tight end, and his new addition of the running back Jackson, and Quadrius Rogers also. Like you said, his accuracy is top notch. And when you have those weapons with that accuracy, you don't need the big arm because those players, Julio Jones, can catch the ball for 5 yards and run 95 yards.
If you put it on him so that way he doesn't have to make a lot of moves, he doesn't have to reach and extend himself, and he can just go, that's what we're talking about. That accuracy, that pinpoint, boom, hit you right in the chest, now run with the ball and kick it, end zone, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and if you put him on a lesser team, that 92 would change into an 88, 89. It just would.
Mm-hmm.
It's the product of his team.
But he wouldn't drop a drastic amount. You're talking about, what, 92 to 89? That's fine, too.
Yeah. His skills are there. And in added terms, they're definitely there. And they should be.
Mm-hmm.
At number 4, this is the numbers jump here. This is the numbers that really jump here. And I can go all night talking about these 4 guys. Number 4 would be Breeze at a 98. Pretty much self-explanatory. He's done it year after year. He really hasn't had a big time wide receiver. He's gotten the tight end, but it's only been a few years, and that's really all he's had. And Sproles is kind of you can put him as a slot wide receiver, vice versa.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he gets his stats from there, but I mean, just look at his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Self-explanatory. And the top 3, I got Peyton Manning at a 98 also.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Manning is he's going to get another weapon, which is going to devastate that lead. He could easily climb to number 1 for me. These 3 other, the top 3 can switch within, a matter of moments based on their team.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Number 2 would be Tom Brady at the 98 also. Brady has, he's lost a lot. But in Brady's assets is, I don't know how much it's going to translate to Madden terms, where you plug people in and Brady makes them better, and it's a proven fact. If you go back 5 years ago, he was throwing to David Gibbons and Pat, and you couldn't even tell me who they, besides Ben Watson. After, they're tight ends. We're really nothing. So in that aspect, it should translate to Madden because he's done it year after year. And it's kind of hard to put that into Madden. But I still just got to give him a 98.
Well, Madden does it, though. They did it with Ray Lewis. I mean, he was still an elite level linebacker in the game, even though I think his skills diminished. There's a quality about EA that they respect the elder, if you will. They a little bit of nod. It's almost like an all-star voting thing, Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the reputation rubs off, and you can last a few more years than you really should, because it is a game after all. It's not real life.
Yeah. one, I'm not being biased because it's my quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is a 99. Um, there's just two players in the league that have a 99 rating based on their last 3 years of top-notch consistency.
So
And I think
you,
that's where the 99 should stand. Is the last 3 years, your last 3 years, if you produce at the top three levels, you should be able to get that 99 rated. And if you can't only do it for 2 years, if you make it 2 years, you should be below 99 or 98, obviously, or
so I'm
97.
not trying to spoil a future show. So you told me Calvin Johnson is a 99?
Calvin Johnson is a 99.
He is.
Yes. If we're not on that will be for the next
Right,
podcast.
that's what we'll tease for you guys. We'll
It's
get
a
a
big
chance to watch
yes,
it. Right in.
because he's been the number one stats in
Yeah.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers has to be.
Yeah.
Rodgers has all the skills. He makes every throw. He's got the running ability, and I mean the weapons are there too. So he's in a perfect melting pot.
No, I agree with it. You know, everything is, the only thing I have is, where are you in the 99 rating thing? How many players you have? And again, you talked about it a little bit, about consistency being your big thing, consistency over years. But let's not forget this is a consumer game. People want to play with the stars. They want the stars to do. I mean, not everyone's sim like us. They want the stars to almost act like superheroes. And because the kids, whoever else plays the game. How many 99 should be in the game?
I don't believe there should be a limit. I just thought of it, and my theory came up with a 3 year formula.
That seems great. I mean, I would love it if there wasn't so many 99. I would love it. I just don't think. I think it would make the elite guys better. It makes Aaron Rodgers mean much more. Let's just throw out a number. Let's say there's only 10 99s in the game. Let's say there's five. If you have an Aaron Rodgers, that increases his value a ton. I couldn't even tell you how much. It means to have a 99 quarterback. Maybe when he's the only one. So I just think there's sometimes they make the stats better than what they are because I think they cater to the people that want the game to almost feel superhero-ish, and I want to get away from that. So I'm glad that you're not biased and you give Aaron Rodgers a 99 and you didn't say 100. Now let's get this out of the way. You don't think anyone said 100, right?
No, 100 is if Barry Sanders was playing, maybe, but he's not.
Yeah,
playing.
see,
That's it.
you're not biased because you just named a lion as maybe 100. So it tells you in fact we try not to be as biased as possible. Now, did you have any problem with my 10 through 6?
Absolutely not. I thought all your numbers were one or two off of mine.
Right. That's
Um,
preference.
Yeah, the only debate I would have was Eli, and I think Eli has done it and he's shown it with yeah, he's had a great offensive line and a great wide receiver core, but he's got the championships, and championships should matter in Madden, but they don't really because if they did, you could say Eli could be a 95 or 76.
Well, in fact, we have an issue with Google Plus, of course. So I might have to chop this up into two parts. So we'll stop talking in a moment.
Okay.
It says we're it says we're breaking a copyright rule. I don't know what we're discussing there, but breach of a copyright. It says no. I promise you guys. It says that we're using unauthorized material or discussing unauthorized material. It says now this is I want everyone to know to listen to what we just said in the previous 20, 30 minutes maybe we did talk.
Do we have to write a disclaimer or something?
Yeah, they just gave me this disclaimer that says this hangout on air will end if you continue broadcasting content that you aren't authorized to use. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll close out everything. I'll go ghost mode on these guys. And maybe that will help. I don't know. Maybe they saw something in
Can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
How about now? See what
Yep.
happens when you do it live. I took everything down now. I still got the disclaimer, but I don't know what they're talking about. We'll just continue until they close the comic again.
Yeah, we'll just have another show.
Yeah, that was yeah, we got cut off. It was very strange. For some reason, Google Plus was very upset with us, so we had to cut it short. I had to re-record it in this format. But you'll see as we pick it up in part two. Hope you guys enjoy.